Hi there, welcome to my channel where I dive into fascinating economic trends and analyze their impact on society. This video is sponsored by Momoreitzoch Tech and Tools. The history of the United States is replete with foreign wars, each with its own justifications and consequences. While the motivations for these interventions may be complex and multifaceted, the financial burden they impose on the nation remains undeniable. The question of whether the US possesses unlimited resources to fund foreign wars on multiple fronts is a critical inquiry that delves into the economic, geopolitical, and strategic dimensions of military endeavours. As it happens, the US Congress is currently seized with this very question, with various senators and House members arguing that the US has reached its limits and should instead focus domestically. This discussion aims to scrutinize the financial realities of sustaining foreign wars and evaluate the limits of US resources. It aims to frame the question in mainly economic and financial terms, avoiding political and ideological issues. Before I continue, however, do visit our website where I curate news and publications from international financial organizations and world central banks. Topics cover a wide range of financial and economic issues that affect individual countries or the world economy. For instance, COVID-19, inflation, or the war in Ukraine. Please also subscribe to this channel and be informed whenever we publish a new video. The sheer cost of war is staggering. Engaging in foreign wars imposes a significant economic burden on any nation, and the United States is no exception. The costs associated with military operations, including personnel, equipment, logistics, and strategic infrastructure, are substantial. Funding multiple wars concurrently strains the national budget and raises concerns about the sustainability of such ventures. The Congressional Budget Office estimates that the post-9/11 wars in Iraq and Afghanistan have cost the US over $8 trillion to date, with ongoing expenses exceeding $50 billion annually. These figures represent a significant portion of the federal budget, diverting funds from critical domestic priorities such as healthcare, education, and infrastructure. The economic toll extends beyond the direct expenses of warfare, encompassing long-term healthcare for veterans, post-conflict reconstruction, and potential economic downturns resulting from diverted resources. Persistent deficit spending contributes to the national debt, a growing concern with implications for future economic stability. The United States must contend with the long-term consequences of financing military endeavours, balancing the need for a robust defence with the imperative of fiscal responsibility. The pursuit of foreign wars on multiple fronts necessitates careful consideration of geopolitical realities and strategic priorities. While the US possesses formidable military capabilities, the allocation of resources must align with national interests and overarching strategic goals. Geopolitical shifts, emerging threats, and changing alliances demand adaptability in strategic decision-making. Consequently, the question of unlimited resources is not merely financial but extends to broader geopolitical strategy and diplomatic considerations. The sustainability of funding foreign wars also depends on public opinion and political will. The American people and their elected representatives play a crucial role in determining the extent to which resources are allocated to military interventions. Public sentiment, influenced by the perceived necessity and success of military endeavours, can shape the trajectory of US foreign policy. Political will, reflected in legislative support and executive decisions, ultimately determines the feasibility of sustaining wars on multiple fronts. Examining historical precedents provides valuable insights into the limitations of funding foreign wars. The experiences of protracted conflicts such as the Vietnam War and more recent engagements in Iraq and Afghanistan highlight the challenges associated with extended military campaigns. The lessons learned from past conflicts underscore the importance of a comprehensive understanding of resource constraints and the imperative of aligning military interventions with broader national interests. To conclude, while the United States possesses formidable military capabilities, the notion of unlimited resources for funding foreign wars on multiple fronts is a fallacy. Economic constraints, budgetary considerations, geopolitical dynamics, public opinion, and historical lessons collectively shape the boundaries of US military engagements. Sustainable foreign policy requires a judicious balance between national security imperatives and fiscal responsibility. As the US navigates the complexities of an ever-evolving global landscape, strategic decision-makers must carefully assess the feasibility and consequences of military interventions to ensure the responsible allocation of finite resources. That's it for today's video. I hope you found this analysis insightful. If you did, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more engaging content like this. As always, I appreciate your support. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the world of economics.